The Monstrous Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, a real play Monster of the Week podcast where everything is just like real life, except you're constantly hounded by crippling anxiety and there's danger around every corner. So yeah, just like real life. This week on the cover story, the drum keeps trying to make inroads with our hunters and special guest Captain Torres, but the team stays the course. They came to party, and they have been trying to have a party for a long time.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Casey Davis and Theo Nessos.
I'm Jonny, and I play literally everybody else, so here we go. So since technically this is a new mystery, why don't I have you guys do your pre-rolls?
All right. 1 hold for Women with the Plan.
11.
Well, the first thing you're going to get, Mark, is like the last time you looked at your obsidian stone, you saw like a train, like a monorail. You're going to like kind of remember that you saw something else in it. And you saw a burly woman with long, stringy, dusty gray hair, and like one of her eyes is just like a milky white and has a big scar over it. And she's sitting in a car and she's just rolling the window up.
What kind of car?
I think it's a black Cadillac.
Okay. Can I decipher what she was wearing?
A very simple but very expensive blazer.
Okay. That's actually strangely exactly as like what I was picturing in my head, so it's perfect.
Well, this game is smarter than me.
For Destiny's Plaything, Kira rolled a 13.
Damn it.
Yeah, 13. And then for Boss from Beyond, 10. And then a 7 for Anna for her Divine Providence roll.
Actually, I think that the visions that Anna and Mark gets this time are the same.
Okay.
Each of you, Casey, Kira, Anna, and Mark, maybe there's other people there, that part's unclear. Starting with Mark, you're running down an alley. Perhaps a street. And there's these like electrified bolos are fired at you, and starting with Mark, they catch each and every one of you and like constrict around you and leave you paralyzed and unable to move. You both see just like a really confident and professional looking pair of women's shoes walking towards you.
Just the shoes.
Well, it does say detailed vision. It's the author.
No, fucking bitch.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
What about for the other 2 rolls?
When we start with Boss from Beyond and you can ask your question, 10 plus they ask you to do something simple. Well, you still haven't done what he's asked you weeks ago. So I think that with that good of a roll, you're not going to be actively punished.
Okay. Do I get to still ask a question?
Yep.
What's Nathaniel Rose using the soul silo for?
That's a good question. He's looking for information on something that John Grubb did.
Have we talked about John Grubb since we started recording?
We have not. For the listeners, John Grubb is one of those the 4 kings who initially broke open all the doorways into the infinite hallway back in the early 1920s. They all had their wishes granted by whatever lives inside. His was sort of to have knowledge and have it persist, which John Grubb, having been the 3rd son of a 3rd son, any man throughout history who has that odd quirk of birth order would get the power to access and view his past lives. So hence the group, the 3rd Sons, that Casey's dorky cousin Aaron is a part of. All of those men have that power because of John Grubb. And as an added bonus, he's using it to manipulate several people.
Okay. What about for Destiny's Plaything?
Oh, the useful hint you get is just because you're in something doesn't mean you're of it. You're not the only people looking to infiltrate.
Infiltrate what?
The drum. It does say useful hint.
Okay. That's it.
So, I believe Theo had mentioned that there remained some unfinished business.
Shit. Yeah, I guess so. I'm assuming that Kira and Tommy would drop Theo back off at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think Theo's gonna direct you to the right house, but have you drop her off like at the gate, so like not come in at all.
Okay. Oh, so this is the house. It's even bigger than the other one.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk anything before.
That makes sense. When are you leaving?
I'm not quite sure, but my guess would be maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Jacob had said, like, he's leaving in, like, 2 days, and that was yesterday.
Okay.
Give or take.
Time is kind of finicky in this game. Well, can we can we help with anything?
I mean, I need to pack, but no offense, I'm not gonna invite you in. I'll be saying goodbye to Mark tomorrow. Hopefully I can let you know when that is, and I can kind of say goodbye to all of you.
Sure. Can we come visit you once you're settled in?
Yeah, of course. It'll, like, and I'll tell you exactly where I live there. It'll be safe.
For real this time. The first time.
Yeah. I'll stay in touch. I promise.
Okay. Where's Theo sitting? In the back seat?
I would assume.
I think Kira will get out of the car.
Okay, Theo would too.
And she'll give you a hug. I meant what I said. If you ever want to come back, you'll always have a place here.
Thank you for everything, Kira.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Theo will head inside.
Kira, will you roll read a bad situation on Tommy's behalf?
Don't like that.
12 advanced move.
Okay. So the first thing that he notices, and I don't know, well, he's not going to say anything until you get back in the car and start driving away.
Okay.
I mean, surprise, surprise, but something weird about that house.
Weird. How? Like some sort of magical energy or something, or what?
She didn't get 10 paces away before I couldn't smell her anymore. Like there's a veil.
So like people can't sense if anybody's in there or something within the grounds?
From what I could tell, it's the metal that the fence is made out of. Something old druids used to do. It's like they cooled the steel with blood.
Okay.
It's good that she's leaving. Not a moment too soon, I think.
So what is the deal with the Maggio anyway? What are they after? Do you know? What's their whole thing?
Power with a capital P. Group like that, they're so old, I wouldn't even know where to guess how far their reach and vision stretches.
Well then, yeah, I guess it's good that she's leaving. And I think Tommy probably notices Kira gets like a pissed off look in her face. What I wouldn't do to figure out who cut off her finger.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah. Okay, well, do we need to be the whole fence thing? Like, this is something that, like, it's like blood magic or something? Or kind of?
It's ancient is what it is.
Didn't you say that Soul Silo was also druidic?
Yep.
Huh. They wouldn't be connected, would they?
I mean, roll investigate mystery on Tommy's behalf to see how much he knows about the Maggio for real.
Okay.
Especially about this.
A 10.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I've done business with them.
But you're not saying that.
There was a guy, Michael Vitalis. Him and his family are sort of what you might call a magical arms dealers.
An arms dealer.
For lack of a better term, yeah.
And he was with the Maggio, or?
That their Maggio is known. The fact that deal in this stuff is, well, something only people like us find out.
So they could have maybe done some sort of deal with Nathaniel Rose potentially. Pay the right price.
Sounds like he could pay any price.
I don't like this. I feel like there's a lot of this going on. People working together. We already know that Nathaniel and Rex have crossed paths through their business dealings. Can't believe it. It's totally innocuous. I'm sure that there's something there. And Vanya, she was with the cult, but now she's working with the Order. I think some of these bad guys are working together. I don't like it. Can I tell you something?
Anything, sure.
So when we went to the hallway...
Which, time?
This latest time, I sort of, the connection between the creator and I, it's back.
Like back?
Not fully. I can only hear him sometimes. He's not in my head anymore, I don't think, but every now and then I can communicate with him, I guess. And he wants me to go tell the cult that he's coming back.
We gotta talk to Nick. We gotta put a stop to this.
How?
He's got all those books of his. There's gotta be something about breaking a connection like this.
I mean, yeah, I guess we can talk to Nick, but Tommy, my powers come from him. If we break that connection, what happens? Do I just lose all of that? Anything that is remotely interesting about me is just gone?
Just be a normal girl.
Yeah.
I mean, would that be so bad?
I don't know. What about if it were you? What would you do?
Honestly, I'd probably ask your advice. Don't manipulate someone.
7.
I mean, I think about that sometimes. The life I could live if I didn't live this one.
Yeah? What do you see?
9 to 5, security, peace, good night's sleep, 3 squares a day. But you don't just get to stop knowing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he turns one of his hands into a wolf claw. This can kill a lot of bad guys.
Yeah. Can do a lot of good with the things that we can do. And a lot of bad.
I mean, I have a bit of a different situation. I don't have a angry god in my head.
Yeah. Doesn't really... Circumstances might be different, but it's not so different.
So, do you want to maybe keep having this conversation at your place, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
I think catching his meeting, head to my place.
Mark, I think with that I will cut to it's the next day.
Can Theo do what she was gonna do?
Oh, what was she gonna do?
Well, one, she was gonna find Jacob and ask him, like, when are we leaving exactly? And then I was gonna make the bracelet for Casey and Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
And I think either give it to them today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it'll be tomorrow after dinner.
Okay, so tomorrow night we're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to roll... use magic to see if I can make these bracelets?
Well, I think I let the use magic roll for what they do ride from the first one. So they're all going to do the same thing.
Yep.
But if you want to have them done by today, I will have you roll act under pressure.
But if I have them done by like tomorrow, amongst packing, I don't have to roll.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just be packing the rest of the night. That's it.
Okay. Mark and Anna, was there anything else you wanted to do today?
Probably not today, other than like Anna would be prepping for her new job. Find something appropriate to wear to a magic shop. I don't know.
So wait, where is Mark right now? Mark is...
So this was like after we had finished the whole getting Anna a job thing.
Oh, this is right after that.
I think it was just the evening, and then otherwise, if we have anything we want to do, otherwise we'll just pick up the next day.
No, I think I would have drove you back home and said, good job on the interview.
Yeah, thanks. 1 for 1? Or, yeah, 1 for 1. Not a bad attempt.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Do you
have any more questions on how to be a human?
do you need help with anything, or are you good?
Well, actually, I was thinking maybe I could help you with something.
What would that be?
Why don't you come in?
Okay. Mark takes off his helmet, like sets it down, puts it on his motorcycle, and just kind of like follows as he does.
I think Anna will go. I think she'll tell Mark, just be like, stay here in like the kitchen or living room or something. And then she's going to go up to her room and like grab some, maybe Kira's room, and grab some stuff to properly inspect Mark and see if there's any dark energies on him.
Uh-oh.
Because you said I would have to take some time to do that.
I think Mark is just kind of like sitting there looking around.
Is Donovan there?
He's just sitting next to the couch.
Mark, roll act under pressure.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, I think he comes. It's what, like maybe 4 or 5 at this point?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Before dinner time.
Yeah, he'll come walking and he's got like, I think he's got a paperback and a low ball of whiskey. And he comes walking into the living room while you're standing there and he's like, oh, it's you.
Oh, hey. How's it going? This
going to people's houses unannounced is becoming quite a pattern for you, isn't it, Mr. Clayton?
Well, I was bringing Anna back and she told me to stay for a second, so I'm sitting.
So I'm sitting.
If that's a problem, I can wait out.
Am I hearing this correctly, that she told you to sit and stay and you're being a good boy?
Well, when you put it like that, she got a job today.
Mark, I want you to roll manipulate someone, and Anna, I want you to roll plus weird. To do this remotely is going to not be as effortless as it otherwise would have been.
Holy shit. Anna rolled double sixes for 13.
Fuck.
Sorry, what was I rolling?
You were rolling manipulate someone. Not okay with how well you guys are rolling.
7.
That's what I like to see, Mark. I think you'll just you're sitting on like a chair in the living room.
Yep. I walked in and plopped myself on the couch and just kind of waiting.
And I think he's going to say, well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to disobey your mistress here because you're in my chair.
Oh, this is your... sorry. Yeah. Of course. Here you go.
Dripping with sarcasm, he says, thank you.
No problem. I'm just gonna go wait over here.
Yeah, he sits down, flips open the paperback with one hand, puts the drink on a table, and when you go, so he just holds up a hand.
I think Mark just slowly backs away out of the room.
And isn't even looking at you.
I love him so much.
I go and sit in the kitchen and just Just like tapping my fingers on the table.
Where did you go, Anna? Did you go upstairs?
Yeah, I think I would have gone upstairs, like wherever there would be some sort of, honestly, who would have maybe like the spell components that she would need to do some sort of like energy sensing thing? Donovan?
I was going to say steal from Donovan.
The answer is obvious.
Can she steal from Donovan?
Roll act under pressure.
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
All right. That's 11.
On this episode of Fuck with Donovan.
We're just living with my weird monster friend and her weird monster dad.
Okay, yeah, you can steal the stuff from Donovan.
She's like looking at it and she's like, oh, Clockwork Child. Well, I have it in discount probably.
I can replace this. Or not. I'll just water it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do your thing and you're trying to scan him for... Is there something in particular that you were looking for?
So I have a thing on her playbook where she can take some time to purge any wards, evils, curses, or dark energies from a subject or area. So I'm wondering if she could sense if there's anything like that on Mark. She's thinking specifically about how this Lowry thing has been like kind of haunting him, and I think she's wondering where he's coming from, what his deal is.
Do I know do I get the sense or understand what she's trying to do? Because she hasn't exactly told me.
I mean, I probably would have come back down eventually to get him.
I thought you were trying to do this without his knowledge.
No, she was literally just trying to like grab the stuff and then she'd come back down. But
okay, then yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so you come down and you walk into the living room and Mark is not there. Sitting where you left him is Donovan.
What, did you scare him away? Where is he?
I'm reading.
Oh my god.
I think Anna will walk past him and we'll do one of like hit him on the backside of the head as she's walking past. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you? Was it a good spot?
Roll act under pressure.
6.
No, I'm thinking that he essentially cast like a mild form of the Jinx move.
Oh, okay.
And so Anna will stub her toe on the coffee table and fall over.
Wait, with all the stuff in your hand?
I mean, it's just like herbs and stuff, but yeah. Yeah.
Are those mine?
No, I got a job at the Clockwork Child.
So you came into the living room, went upstairs where my room is,
That's where my room is too.
and came downstairs with a purchase you made minutes ago.
Yeah, I just got back. I was putting some things away, organizing things.
Roll manipulate someone.
You guys are so roommates. Is that mine? There's your name on it.
That is a flat 8.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, no, it's an 8. That's fine. I just remembered I needed to level up from last time, but I will do this after because that could seem really shitty. I'm going to take the move, I think it's Fervor from the Wronged. So I roll plus Charm with Tough instead of Charm, but I'll do it after that.
Okay.
After that roll.
So I think he'll believe you, but he is going to make you tell him what it's for.
Oh, well, you know our dear Mark Clayton. He's got some shit going on with this owl bird of his, and I think it's fucking with him, and I just want to see if maybe he's got something that's messing with him.
Do I overhear this?
Likely.
Do you have a problem with that? You guys seemed pretty chummy the other day.
Well, as long as you feed him and walk him, he's your responsibility.
All right. Well, why don't you be a little good boy and go back to your book?
He breathes in and out as if to say, observe the infinite of my patience.
And Anna will look for Mark. Mark, where are you?
He's literally right there.
Oh,
Like,
hey.
you walk into the next room and he's, I think, just like sitting or
Right in front of
standing
me.
by the kitchen counter.
I picture you walking through
Yeah.
the door going, Mark, where are you?
Oh, no, there you are.
Hey, I'm
Hi.
right here.
Or just be like right behind her. Hi.
Well, I got the stuff.
The stuff for...
It's not pot this time.
Okay. So I kind of overheard you talking to Donovan, and you think my owl is fucking with me?
Big time. It was a ghost owl, and then it's a real owl, and it's like still kind of talking to you through your stone, you said. It wants you to take off your sweater. Like, that's just not normal. Like, come on. Like,
I mean, is anything normal with us?
No, but that sweater is supposed to protect you, and if you take it off, something bad might happen. So that sounds like, to me, that this thing is trying to fuck with you. So...
Okay, that's fair. So how do we start? What do I do? Is this gonna hurt?
I need you to just stand right here and just kind of like put him like in the open area. Focus your thoughts on Lowry. That's his name, right? Lowry?
Yep. Like the seasoning.
Yeah, interesting name.
I know. I named him.
Focus your thoughts on Lowry. Kind of just run through, the times that when you first encountered him.
Mm-hmm.
Think about like how you feel about him, like maybe the energy that you feel when you're around him.
What energy do I feel when I'm around him?
So are you asking him about his feelings, or are you asking him about like what's the aura?
I think kind of a little bit of both. Like, does he make you feel like scared, but also like, do you just get a bad vibe in general? Kind of like, what kind of vibe are you getting off the bird? How does it make you feel? So it's kind of a two-parter. So what's the general vibe you're getting, and then how do you feel about it?
Mark, roll investigate him. Roll investigate a mystery. We gotta get a custom move called vibe check.
6. Someone's leveling up tonight.
You wanted a bird for a long time, and it just makes you feel like, wow, I got this bird. And every time you look at the bird, you're like, hey, cool.
I did that. I got a bird.
Well, Anna, I think I like birds. Like, I got him and I wasn't sure if I'd like birds, and then like, he's pretty cool. I can feed him every once in a while, and
Don't they like stink though? Like,
I mean, yeah, a little bit from time to time, but I mean, he's pretty, I don't know, cleans up after himself for the most part. I mean, I leave mice out and they just cleans that right up.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And they leave like owl pellets, which are just disgusting as a concept.
Oh, he's got crazy aim though. He keeps it in his cage. I come home and it's like,
I don't really want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's well potty trained, I guess. Yeah. Is this answering your question?
Not really, but that helps though. And then Anna will I don't know exactly what she would have to do, but I assume she'd probably like kind of be like walking around like in a circle, kind of like burning some herbs and stuff like that.
Can I actually I'm gonna like interrupt you and be like, hey,
yeah.
So I don't know if this has anything to do with the owl, but I get visions, right?
Yeah.
So I got another one today, and do you mind if I relay it to you?
Sure.
So I send her the vision of the burly woman with the eye and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ring a bell to you at all?
Does the woman look familiar?
No.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, she looks like a badass, whoever she is. Don't want to cross her path if we can avoid it.
Well, funny thing is, my perceptions always have this strange thing where it comes true. So, yeah, I don't know. I think eventually we're gonna cross her path.
Clarification, Johnny. When does Anna have this other vision of the author? Is that like tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think you both will have that dream tonight.
Okay. I think Anna would just be like,
Well, I've had weird visions or I guess dreams, I don't know, myself before too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was it's hard to tell the line between what's a dream and what's a vision. But I mean, I've had a lot of them. They're usually about Kira in trouble.
Have you talked to her or warned her about it?
no, Me having visions of Kira in trouble is not exactly a new thing. That's what I see a lot of the time.
So you have the same thing I do.
I don't know. I see her. It's like a sixth sense with Kira. I don't know. I guess maybe this is new. I don't know. Now that I have my own body, I guess it's. I don't know. I don't know if it's a vision or if it's a power or if it's just bad
Stress dream.
Yeah.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned about it is to make those people aware of it for sure. I mean, especially if it involves them in that capacity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think we need to let her know about that particular thing, but I was just wondering if you knew anything about that or can tie that to this darkness that's been following me around, I guess. I've also got this stone, and I pull out the stone. Do I see anything in it?
You see the train that you saw the last time, and now you can see in one of the windows Theo is in it.
And now when I look at this thing, I see what I saw previously of a train, except for it's like Theo's in it now.
Huh.
Do you see anything?
I think Anna remembers the last time she held it and she saw McCleary.
Oh, that's right. I did show it to you before. Yep.
I don't think she grabs it, but I think she looks at Mark holding it. Does she see anything in it?
Roll plus weird.
7.
She sees what Mark sees.
Yeah, I see the train. Do you mind if this might help with what I'm doing?
Do you mind if I what? What are you asking?
If she can have the dark stone to maybe help her with the spell.
Is it dark? Have I ever been separated from the dark stone?
Not to my knowledge. Not by my hand.
Am I willingly able to hand it over to her?
Boy, Mark, that's a good question.
Mark, with your fucking questions.
I mean, it makes
you don't
sense.
want to. That's for sure. I think, I do think that this is probably something that you haven't ever done before in your life. It's because you've had this thing with you and maybe even on your person since you were a literal human child. So yeah, I think it would be hard, if not magically, then at least emotionally. So why don't you roll act under pressure for me?
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I got a 10 on that one.
Okay, you can do it. You sort of have a moment with yourself where you're like, oh, I don't want to do.
It's
Grow up,
like
Mark.
Smeagol with the ring.
Why shouldn't I keep it?
But then you maybe have the moment where you're like, Jesus Christ, I sound like Gollum. Grow up, Mark Clayton. You can do this.
I think as I hand it over, I'm just like, just be careful with this, okay? Like I've never given this to anybody, and I don't know, just be careful with it. Here.
And she'll take it and say, don't worry, it's just, this might help. If this has in fact been tied to you your whole life, then something that's affecting your energy, that might be a different resonance.
I think Mark's eyes are fixed on her hands, closing around it.
Mark, what is the state of your sweater?
It is tattered a little bit from the fight that was outside that one time.
Mhm.
It got singed a bit. Probably, if you were to see it, I feel like there'd be a section of it just kind of sheared off, but
Okay.
not completely unwearable.
Okay.
So I want her to try to do some sort of, I think you had described it almost like a dowsing type thing that she would have to do, to see if she could sense any weird energies off of him that might be harming him.
Right, but what do you want to do with the stone?
I think honestly, she's almost using it as a component in what she's trying to do, if that makes sense. She's using it as a focus.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. I think she's using that because that is a representative of Mark. And if this thing has been tied to Mark his whole life, then the energy could be tied to this perhaps, or him. I think she might think the two are connected. So she's going to try to use that as a focus to see if it can get a better read on the energy around him.
Okay. You already rolled real well plus weird. So immediately you can tell that the stone and Mark are tied together.
Okay.
And a lot of the energy from the stone hovers around Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I think like there's a big, almost magnetic repulsion of that energy from the sweater that like before you saw that, you almost got the sense that this like was Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some similar energy coming from inside of Mark, but the way I want to describe it, it's like some kind of a liquid or dough that's been kind of stretched and molded into the shape of Mark. And I think you can tell that the stone does have a direct connection to somewhere else. And then I think because you said specifically that you're trying to use it as a focus, someone else is using it as a focus too.
Oh, hello. To like manipulate him or to like...
Unclear. It's just like you got like an occupied light on the,
Sure.
in the airplane bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
This obsidian stone in use.
Can I read a bad situation maybe on this thing to see, like, ask a couple questions about what I can determine from this?
Yeah. I may not answer some of them.
That's fine. 10. I think the first question I want to know is the owl the one that's connected to this stone, whatever the owl represents?
No,
Okay.
it's not the owl.
Can I ask who is?
Uh-oh. Who's my master?
Or maybe, like, if you don't want to answer that, like, what are they? Like, is it like a demon? Is it a person?
It's someone from there.
Is this thing, whatever is connected to this stone, is it able to control Mark? Or is the sweater preventing that?
It's not able to control Mark.
Okay.
I've just got a live stream that someone's watching.
Somebody is watching you, yeah. Okay. Well, then I think what I would like to do then, I would like Anna to take some time. Okay. I think she would say, so how do you feel about tattoos?
What? Of what?
Whatever you want. I mean, it would probably work best to do some sort of like sigil or something. But
Wait. What did you just see? What did you just figure out?
there's somebody that's connected to this stone. They're at least watching you. Who knows if they could do other things. But they could be manipulating you without us knowing.
Do you know
It's not the
who?
bird.
Or like,
It's
okay, well that's
somebody
that's good.
somebody from there.
Okay.
Which makes an awful lot of sense that they keep trying to... This bird keeps telling you to come home. Maybe it's answering to somebody else, too.
All right.
And give you a killer tattoo, don't worry.
Hopefully it doesn't kill me.
The tattoo?
Like I've never gotten a tattoo before. Does it hurt a lot?
Mark.
It... No, I promise I'll be gentle. Sorry, Miah.
Oh, okay.
It won't hurt.
I'll do whatever you suggest. I just don't want to wear this sweater anymore. Just
Well,
for
I
aesthetic
don't know. I wouldn't take it off until we can at least maybe talk to your mom and see if there's something she could do to replace it.
So wait, I have to wear a sweater and have a rad tattoo?
The sweater is helping you stay grounded to here. What I'm trying to do is something else entirely.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay.
So yeah, and then I think Anna will...
Mark just puts out his arm on the table.
She'll take some time to inscribe a tattoo. I think prevents them from being located through magical means.
Ooh.
Can you just do a tattoo?
Yeah, that's one of the abjuration effects. It's the same thing that she did with Tessa.
It's a transient tattoo, so
Yeah,
it's really
it's not
more
permanent,
like
yeah.
henna.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, so it's not going to hurt.
Okay.
I'm like waiting for the sting, and I'm like,
Oh, it didn't hurt at all. Yeah.
I think you're like waiting for the sting, and you're like, just tell me before you get started. Oh, I'm done. Monster cannot locate them through magical means. Okay.
Worth noting, Johnny, all effects usually last until the mystery is over. So it's not like it's permanent, but it at least gives him some time.
Okay.
Now that I have a tattoo, I check my stone again to see if there's anything there for that communication side of things. Is there anything?
You can see your own reflection.
So what do we do now? Do we?
Well, I would say if we can try to figure out who's the other person on that other end that's watching you, might be a good place to start.
Well, this would be the first time in a long time, or ever really, that they haven't been able to see me since I've had this on me. So I wonder if there's a way to detect. I'm sure that person or that thing is panicking or wondering what just happened.
Probably. I mean, I would recommend us figuring out who that person is, or if we can't, maybe we fuck with them. Give them some false information. See if we can lead somebody into an important place.
It's not a bad idea. Do you think Donovan would have any good ideas?
No. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Can Donovan hear from the kitchen?
Do you want him to hear?
Kinda, yeah.
I think you just hear like a distant.
I don't know. Maybe he does. We can put it up to the group and see if anybody has any thoughts. But we got some time.
And you gotta get ready for your job too.
Yep. Yeah. But hopefully that helped, at least for a little bit. Thanks for, being my chauffeur today. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, no worries. One thing, just let Donovan know I'm coming over next time. It sounded a little not happy.
He's not my dad.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, you have a good rest of the day, and happy for your first ever job. Good job. And I should go check on my bird, but I appreciate the tattoo, and we'll see you later. Bye. Fuck out.
Bye, Clayton.
I get on my motorcycle and.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to properly do when you get home, Mark?
I think I drive up and I'll park the bike, hang my helmet there, go inside, close the door, just kind of lean against it for a minute. Oh, that was interesting. I kind of look around. I go over to get food for the bird because the bird is needy.
Mm-hmm.
I bring Lariat some fresh mice or whatever and just set it there. And here you go, bud. How you feeling today?
Coos and ruffles his feathers.
And just thinking about what we just went through and like blocking out whoever's watching me. I pull out my stone again and like show it to the bird this time.
I think this time he's just like he does that thing where he twists his head a troubling angle because he's an owl and they can do that.
Interesting. I throw it in my pocket, and then I think Mark goes upstairs, and everyone has an upstairs in their house. Mark goes upstairs and ends up going to sleep on his like one mattress in the middle of the room.
Oh, Mark.
Because you're supposed to get a mattress when you get a house because that's what you sleep on, and that's all he got.
That's what a bed is, right? Okay. We're going to go now to the ears offices, but on the other side of the building from where Casey works. And we will find there Captain Torres, who will be played by...
Hi, I'm Sarah.
So, for the listeners, this isn't the only game I run. One of my other Monster of the Week games has a whole other group of people fighting monsters as teenagers in the suburbs in 2003. And Sarah, you are going to be playing the grown-up present-day version of one of those monstrous teens.
Yeah, so Tiff as a teen was a little shitty punk. As an adult, I think she's gone pretty corporate, but still kind of maintains that like grungy, gritty undertone. Tiff is in her mid-30s now, I think. She is pretty short. She's got like dark brown hair that's, I think, probably like shoulder length or a little shorter, usually in a like no nonsense ponytail. She was a shitty punk when I played her as a teen, but now she's gone pretty corporate But I think she still kind of maintains like that little bit of an edge to the way she dresses and presents herself at work.
And mechanically, what playbook are you running?
She is the Hex.
And that confers a degree of magic. Where does Tiff get her magic from?
Yes. So as a teen, Tiff first met the Queen Concealed, who is one of the Guardians. Tiff's connection to the Queen is what gives her her shadow magic, and they have a telepathic connection. She'll do anything the Queen asks. And I think at this point in her adult life, the Queen is her only friend. So that's normal.
Oof.
Yeah. Things aren't going so great for Tiff at this point in time. Well, recent breakup.
With whom? Tell me about it.
With Lev.
Could you tell me just a little bit about the basics of her personality? What's the vibe?
Oh, the vibe isn't good. I mean, she used to be so spunky and free-spirited, but I think she's been crushed into a dense little ball of self-loathing.
Tiff has some connections in the recent past, and there will be some things that you will need to know. So tell me as briefly as you can. In training, Captain Torres actually had an encounter with Casey. So can you talk about that for 2 seconds?
So during Casey's training to become an ears agent, Tiff was actually her trainer and was present when Casey had her dream dive accident, something that haunts Tiff to this day.
Captain Torres.
Yeah,
Do you still have pre-mystery rolls?
I do. I have Boss from Beyond.
Would you roll that for me, please?
Happily. 9.
Okay. Well, you get to ask a question is thing one. And then she's going to ask you to do something complicated or difficult.
This is hard for the future. I guess I would want to ask about the drum, but I'm not sure enough context to phrase that.
That's fair. I think one of the things you could do is you could hold it and ask in a bit.
Yeah, could I do that?
Or you could straight up ask one of the questions from the investigative mystery list, which is technically all I'm supposed to allow you to do.
Well, who follows the rules? I would love to hold it. I would love to hold that.
Okay. I think I'm going to hold mine as well. I think that's...
Johnny.
Well, that's not fair.
Sure it is. Yeah, when you get up, the queen's already awake, which is I think not uncommon. And I think you sort of check your communiques. I don't my context for all jobs is my job. So oh yeah, the head of security gets up and checks her Outlook. But you get a message that you are supposed to meet with someone at Ears that you don't have a lot of contact with.
Okay. Who is it?
It's the author.
Oh.
No, Sarah. No.
Fucking
Don't be
bitch.
excited. She's a bitch.
Can't believe you've done this for me, Johnny.
Don't be excited.
Yeah, I respond right away, knowing her reputation, surely, and demeanor. And I'm like, you got it. I'll be right there.
It's not coming from her. It's just
Like a calendar invite?
yeah.
Well, of course, she wouldn't send her own stuff. She's above that.
Are you trying to flatter her through me?
She's a fucking bitch. What are you doing? Fucking
I'm
traitor.
sorry. This is Sarah. This is me.
This is how it's going to be. Sarah's just going to side with the author and we're all going to die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have one brain cell and one type. Okay. I let the assistant know that I'm on my way in.
Okay. Yeah, let's just run with this. So you go in, you go through security. It is it's in a wing of the building that you don't technically usually go to. This is investigations and pretty high up in investigations. I think she's risen up in the ranks enough that she's got an outside the office secretary. And they wave you in, and she stands up behind the desk and holds out a hand. It's Captain Torres, you know who I am.
I firmly shake it and I say, of course.
And she gestures to a chair on the other side of the desk and sits down herself. And she goes, I've read your file. You're very effective.
Oh. Well, thank you. That's a high compliment coming from you.
It isn't coming from me. It's coming from some of your colleagues. There's other things that I'm reading in here. Ruthless, single-minded, dangerous. Does that sound like you?
May I ask who those comments came from?
You may not.
I see. As you know, running a team of the size that I do, it's important for me to keep a tight lid on things, and sometimes that requires me to be a little harsh. I will admit, I have been told I need to work on my tact, but I think that my manner of running things is the most efficient way for yours.
I hoped it was true. There's more that we can do outside and underneath the red tape of this agency. There's threats that don't need to be investigated. They need to be eliminated. Would you agree?
Which threats are we talking about here?
There's monsters and magic out there, Captain Torres. And some people think that they just need to be turned to the right ends. But some people think that they just don't belong in this world. What I'm offering you is the chance to do more than fight back. I'd like you to join me.
I see. Do you mind if I take some time to think about this?
Roll manipulate someone.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. I can give you a day or two, but I hope I can count on your discretion.
Of course.
Don't take too long. We move quickly.
Of course.
Much more quickly than you'd be used to.
I could imagine that. I appreciate you thinking of me. I recognize the significance of this opportunity.
Let's not bullshit each other, Captain Torres. This isn't me doing you a favor.
Well, shit, okay.
Take your time. Think whatever you need to think. I'll expect an answer in 48 hours, or we'll assume it's a no.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you. Fuck, can I talk to the queen?
Yeah, sure. So you walk out and you kind of head back to your own.
Yeah, I walk out and I'm like, what the fuck?
Sure.
Question. Is Casey in the office, and would she see Tiff leaving the author's office?
Why don't you roll act under pressure?
10.
Yeah, you'd see her. Which is weird because she doesn't work in this wing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think, Casey was probably heading towards somewhere else, but kind of switches directions and tries to catch Tiff at the elevator. Torres, good morning.
Davis, good morning.
Strange to see you on this floor.
Yeah, I had an unexpected meeting.
Oh?
Yeah.
Meeting about what and with who?
Can I glance around and see if there are, cameras?
Roll read a bad situation.
11.
Not only are there cameras, there's quite a few people looking at you.
You know what? I would love to catch up, but I really got to scoot. Are we still on for coffee?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'll reach out to you to pick a day.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Then you get in the elevator, and now you're alone. And yeah, you can talk to the queen.
To the queen, I'm like, okay, so this is bad, right? But this could be good. It's probably bad.
Yes, joining a violent and militant subgroup dedicated to the eradication of magic and monsters. Why would that be bad?
I'm just saying, this is a pretty, good chance to get on the inside of something that has been dangerous.
And a good chance to do something bad.
Oh, come on.
What? You heard the way she was talking. They take the kid gloves off, kid.
I mean, I would love to not have to deal with paperwork anymore, but I can't say that I'm behind the cause. I'm just thinking, keep your enemies close, you know?
Who do you think did say all those things about you? And how did they get you so right? I bet it was Lawrence. She's weak.
Stop it. Lawrence is nice. You know, maybe I should host a pizza party or something. It's a little morale boosting. I don't know.
So what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to talk to Davis about it. She knows more about the drum.
I think the queen likes that plan. So, here's a question. Kira.
Yeah.
During the crossover game, you made a deal with sort of the elemental guardian of blood, the city of blood,
Yeah.
who'd asked you to tell them about every person you've ever killed. Have you?
I mean, I think, yeah, I think she's been doing it. I don't know if she's done. there's a lot of people, but she's been going through, I think, like a couple, maybe like a dozen a day.
Cat. Well, Mark and Anna, you both wake up from horrible dreams.
Okay.
Does Anna have her own room?
Yeah, it's honestly probably Casey's old room.
All right. Well, she wakes up from a horrible dream. Mark wakes up on his bare mattress in the middle of an empty room.
The hell was that? Ugh.
Okay. Anna's gonna go find Kira. And I think she'll fill her in on what she saw in the vision. So, like, that seems like that was the drum. I mean, it was the author. So, like, we should probably, do something with her because I think she might be a little, I'm guessing that her and the director aren't pleased with our progress in rooting out who is part of the drum, that whole mission that they sent you on. We might need to talk with the rest of the group. And Kira would probably be like, yeah, yep, that's, yep.
Weird question.
Tommy's in the bed.
I was gonna say, where's Tommy?
Oh, hey, Anna.
Hey, Tommy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But when you guys are decent,
Ew, I hate that.
maybe just like let's go get the rest of the gang together because I think we need to deal with the situation like now-ish. And maybe Anna looks at Kira, talk to Dad. And Kira's like, yeah. Okay, bye. And then she closes the door and walks away.
I think as Tommy's like, hastily putting his clothes back on.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought your father was dead or like missing at least.
I don't know where my actual dad is. No, she was talking about the Invisible Family.
Why?
Dad knows something about where I come from and knows something about the drum. I've been kind of avoiding it for a while because I don't know what she's going to say. And it seemed like it was really bad, whatever it was. Whatever her experience with the drum is. That's kind of why I reached out to the creator when I was in the hallway. I wanted to know where I came from.
Did you find out?
No, I haven't, he hasn't said anything, and like I said, I've been kind of scared to go talk to Dad. But I guess there's no time like the present.
So where to?
Gotta call Omar.
Cat.
I do think Kira would probably like text everybody else to be like, heads up, Anna had a vision. It looks like the drum might be closing in. We should probably meet.
I got a text from Casey. Do you know closing in where?
Did I see in the vision, can I, like, looking back, could Anna figure out, like, where it was? Because it was, like, out in, like, an alley or something somewhere. Any, like, discerning markers?
Roll investigate a mystery.
She's great at that with her -1. Hey, but she didn't suck. 9.
Other than the actual people involved, it's pretty dark and pretty fuzzy as visions go. But she does see a sitting lion.
A sitting lion?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, yeah, Anna would tell Kira about that and would be like, does that sound like any, like, companies that you know of? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And then can Kira maybe do a search on the intrawebs of a sitting lion, like, signage maybe, like, in Minneapolis area or wherever.
Roll investigate a mystery for your Google foo.
Yeah. Okay, it's a 12 advance move.
Oh my gosh. It's actually, as it happens, it is the logo of the ING Insurance Company,
Okay.
which has a building in downtown Minneapolis at Hennepin and Washington.
Okay. Kira will text that to the rest of the group.
Okay. Are you headed there now or what?
I'm going to talk to Dad first if I can. I think she knows some stuff about the drum. Can we meet up at your place in like an hour? Hour and a half?
Yeah, I mean, I can just pick you up. I can pick you up as well, Mark.
I'm with Tommy, ...
Eggplant emoji.
Bonk.
Yeah, you can meet me at my place in an hour. That's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Tiff, I think you go back to your wing in the building and you do see Agent Lawrence, who is, I think of her as like kind of a Velma Dinkley type, short and soft. And she looks like really stressed.
Putting on my nice demeanor, and I go up and I'm like, hey, Lawrence, is everything okay?
Captain? Yeah, you're coming in. Nice of you to join us. Coming in a little after. Usually here when I get here. I thought something horrible had happened or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a meeting this morning. I would have let someone know, but it was kind of last minute.
With who?
Just management. You don't need to worry about it. Did something happen here?
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm gonna need to read a bad situation.
Okay.
7.
Well, you can ask one question, but the first thing that you will hear in your head is the queen going, I knew it.
Oh, because she said something about me? She thinks I was getting in trouble? Is that the conclusion I'm drawing here?
She said some things about you and she thinks you know.
Oh my god. Lawrence, I was thinking of doing something nice for the team today.
I hoped you would say that.
What?
I hoped you would say that.
Could you get someone to call and order some pizzas? I think maybe like 7 or 8 would do it.
I think she immediately takes out a pad of paper and starts writing 7 or 8 pizzas.
Is that too much? Not enough? How many?
Well, what are we fighting?
This is just for the team. No
To
fighting.
fight what with?
To eat.
To fight hunger.
Like a nice, I figured we could do some like icebreakers, like positive affirmations.
I think across the office you hear someone, you mean like a pizza party?
Yeah, like a pizza party. How do we feel about that?
I think sort of in total, structurally, your team has like 9 people on it.
Okay.
3 of them report directly to you.
Okay.
And that's Agent Lawrence, short and soft. Agent Rufus, who's like, do you know the Hitman games?
Like Agent, what's his fourth?
Like a douchey Agent 47.
Someone, yeah.
Like really well put together.
Bald head.
Completely bald head. He might even have the barcode tattoo. And who else? Sarah, why don't you throw out a name?
What about
Soren.
Sure, it's Soren. My notes. Agent Lawrence, short and soft. Agent Rufus, douchey, bald head, barcode tattoo. Agent Soren. It's Soren.
Can you tell the listeners and John who Soren is?
For the listener, Soren Blunder is the character I play in Miah's game. In circa 2010, he is a teenager at Northfield High School.
He's the professional in Maya's game.
He's the hall monitor.
He's a square.
Oh, Soren. He would work at yours. So 3 report directly to me, but I manage all 9, like they report to somebody else in the team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like
Okay.
those 3, I think 2 of them have like basically split up the other direct
So they run
reports.
little teams.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Soren's original last name was Whitewood.
Agent Whitewood.
Whitewood. All right, so we'll say 6 pizzas.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I think Lawrence is still apprehensive. Like,
Honestly,
What's
I'm
your
trying to be
game?
nice, but part of me is fucking with her because I can't help it.
are you going to order the pizzas or do you want to order one of them too?
I can order the pizzas. And then I want to say something nice about each of my team members.
Okay. I'm here for this. So you order the pizzas. And I think immediately after you hang up the phone, Rufus is like right there by you and he's like, okay, boss, so what's the play? What are we really doing here? I want to be on your same page.
I'm just trying to be a good boss. Like, come here, everybody. Come here. Come and sit down. We're taking the afternoon off. This is I guess it's morning. We're taking a half day. I know things have been rough lately. I know it's been like a little tense. We've been a little, go. And I just want to kind of take a minute to like recalibrate, check in with one another, see how we're all doing, that kind of thing. Does that sound good?
They're all looking at each other like,
Is this a
safe to...
Look, okay, I'll go first. I'm going to say something I like about myself, and then I'm going to do it for each of you. I like that I am, not afraid to be the first in the building, scope it out. Lawrence, you are really kind. I appreciate that about you. Rufus, you are always like the first one to notice when something's off. Like you are just,
Now he's reading
Agent-
into that.
Agent Whitewood. I could say a lot of good things. You keep us from getting in trouble because you notice when we are not following protocol before we notice. And so I appreciate that. You've saved me a lot of trouble.
Whitewood full-on salutes. I think everyone's still a little unsure. And Lawrence will go, well, I like that you are effective.
Thank you, Lawrence.
One of the like underlings kind of murmurs, and then whoever's sitting next to them punches him in the arm.
Oh, I'm regretting this already. It's a bad idea. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate that. That's what I mean about you being nice.
I think Rufus, will look up from trying to figure out what's going on and be like, oh shit, are we all supposed to say nice crap about you?
No, about each other and yourself. You can if you want. To me, I won't stop you, but I mean...
Everybody just say nice things to me, and that's it.
We'll sit in a circle. And
now you go.
Okay, what do you like about me? Keep talking.
I want you to roll manipulate someone for like how the next few minutes will go.
I got a 13.
Hell yeah. So this party is actually going to get off to a pretty good start after the initial awkwardness. And like by the time the pizza actually arrives, you're having, kind of a good couple of conversations. There's enough people that there's little kind of pods of folks talking.
Like we're actually talking. I would like to think that it would be the sort of thing where it's like I'm finding out like very basic stuff about them for the first time. Like, oh,
Yep.
You have a husband. That's so great. Like,
Yeah, we've talked about this. Yes, I think that's true. It's also definitely true that like this is the most during the day noise, and it's the most pleasant kind of noise that's come out of this office in memory. So there might be people like walking by the like grander hall kind of looking in like, what the hell's going on in Terra?
Do I smell pizza?
Is that pizza?
can I give them drinks too, or would I get in trouble for that?
Ooh, Roll act under pressure.
I got an 8.
Yeah, things aren't so great. So I think you basically Instacart some booze also. It arrives and written in the trademark purple marker of the proper head of security, of the department, your boss's boss. It just says, "For the record, this party is unauthorized."
I'll deal with that later.
Now your party's rocking.
And they like me now, right? Right? Do they like me? Do they like me? Am I a good boss? Did I do good? Am I good?
No one's gonna pat you on the head here, Tiff. I do think the queen is kind of probably either totally ignoring you or just being is there something I'm missing with you?
I'm just trying to make him happy.
Why?
Be a good boss.
You've been a good boss. All 9 of them are alive. What more should they expect?
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Harsh.
It's not like you've ever thrown me a pizza party.
Mark, have you responded to any of these texts about?
I think the last thing I said was question mark to the eggplant.
Mark doesn't get it.
That's right. It was a group text.
He sends a pumpkin icon back.
He sends a what?
He sends a pumpkin back.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
"Are we shopping?"
I'll meet. We'll meet you. We'll go to Casey's in an hour and a half.
Okay, I'll be there. So yeah, I wait an hour and a half and make my way towards Casey's.
What's Theo doing?
She would have been included in that text too.
Ah.
I know. She doesn't respond. She's just at home packing and making the bracelet for Casey and Tessa.
Okay.
Can Casey do something since she's at the office?
Yes.
Want to knock on the door of the author? Or, I guess, ask the secretary if I could see the author.
What's this regarding?
Just checking in.
Do you have an appointment?
I don't, but she's my boss.
She's a lot of people's bosses, Davis. Roll manipulate someone. Ooh, you know what? Roll deal with the agency.
That's a 7.
Okay. If this is important or some kind of emergency, if you can tell me what this is about, maybe I can...
Just stopping by, checking in, seeing if there's any cases that need to be handled. But it's fine. You can just tell her I stopped by. And Casey will leave.
Wait. There is a case. Someone reported a smell like a gas leak to the civilian police, but they didn't find anything. We're wanting someone to take some readings over there. Sound like the kind of thing you were looking for?
Just trying to keep busy and staying out of trouble. Where was it?
That doesn't sound like you. Whole Foods, downtown. And Davis. Place would be crawling with regular t-shirts. Just be discreet.
Discreet's my middle name. Casey will go back to her desk. If I can I assemble the team?
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna in whatever messaging system Ears uses, like Slack or whatever.
Slack.
I absolutely love the idea that an ultra FBI
Has uses fucking Slack.
that does is doing their calendar on Outlook and their chat via Slack.
Yeah, Casey's just gonna say, meet me at Cosmo in 30 minutes. Gas leak.
Should that mean something to them?
No, gas leak is just that's what happened, and probably bring a gas mask. And can you grab me one?
I thought you were told to be discreet, Casey.
Well,
But
there's a gas leak.
they absolutely will bring one. Actually, roll deal with the agency.
Why would I walk into a potential gas leak without any fucking protection?
Gotta wear your PPE.
Just trying to be safe, Johnny. I don't want to kill my team.
I don't want another OSHA recordable, you know?
It's gonna be a 12.
I think when you get there.
I was gonna do one thing before I go to my van.
Okay.
Well, I lied. 2 things. 1, can I hit up the Ears database to try and locate information on Tessa's parents?
Roll deal with the agency.
9.
Okay. I think that kind of thing would be in records, and you would have to deal with the librarian, who I think is just named the librarian.
Okay.
And I think she's like middle-aged African-American woman, extremely severe, but she keeps a damn good records department. Very complete.
Can I bring with me, like, a cup of coffee?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Oh no!
I was gonna offer as like a peace offering.
Oh,
but
I
okay.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like, if you
for
walk in
her.
with anything that appears to be a cup of coffee, you're just going to get it. No.
Okay, Casey's just gonna drop it in a trash can outside. Sorry.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you could help me find some information on somebody.
I think because it's a 9, here's what's going to happen. 2 things. First, she's going to make you fill out a rec, which is a requisition form, and she will have someone on her staff look up what you're looking for.
Okay.
And so you're going to have to document who you are, what you want information on, and if there's a relevant case file, what the number is. And if there isn't, what your interest is.
I guess there's not a relevant case.
So that she takes it back and she's like, if you don't have a case number, you got to fill in the if other.
Sure. Cool. Can I just put down missing persons?
Sure. I think the librarian just kind of looks down with her reading glasses, then looks up over them at you with like a eyebrow raised, and then just walks away back into the records department and says, report should be ready in a couple of hours.
So you're just gonna gather just a bunch of whatever information you have on these 2 people and get back to me? Is that how this works?
Well, here's how this works. Roll investigate a mystery.
12.
Ask your 2 questions.
Where are Tessa's parents?
Okay. And your second question?
I'm curious, is there a like police report as to like what happened to their daughter?
Okay. Be ready in a couple of hours.
Is it gonna be like, dropped off in like a folder at my desk, or are you able to get it like emailed to me? Or are you guys text messaging nowadays?
We'll message you when it's ready, and then you'll come and pick it up.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you.
The librarian.
Have a wonderful day.
She does not respond.
Casey will leave. I think she will swing by Officer Torres's wing.
The pizza party
There's-
in full swing.
You gonna join my pizza party?
As you come even like as
And
you get off the
drinks.
elevator on this floor, it's like eerily loud. Like it's like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
Or like
It doesn't sound like miserable office workers.
no, it sounds like a very active conversation. And there's like with assorted bursts of laughter.
Okay. I'll go towards the sound.
Okay.
And do I find Officer Torres in there amongst the people?
She's in the middle of it.
Oh my god, I'm so proud.
I think Casey's just gonna kind of wave and try and catch Officer Torres' eye.
Okay.
Question, have I been drinking?
That's a question for you. It's been enough time that you would have had a drink or 2.
Am I drunk though?
Passed out in the middle of the floor.
Roll act under pressure.
That's what I wanted. I got a 10. I've got it together. Never mind.
So, do you go say hi?
Yeah, of course. I come over to the door and I open it up and I'm like, twice in one day.
Yeah. I looks like it's a party down here in security.
Yeah, I figured I owed them something nice. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Do you want to come join?
No, I'm actually on my way out to a case, but I did want to let you know, since I kind of shared that one thing with you, that my friends and I are going to be kind of gathering and going to talk about it. So if you want in, if you're serious.
That one thing.
Yeah, the thing, you know.
Remember, you're not drunk.
What is she referring to? OOC.
Out of character, the drum.
Okay. Oh, where and what time?
In about an hour, everyone's meeting at my place. I'm headed downtown real quick to check out a gas leak with my team. So you're welcome to either tag along to that, or you can just meet me at my house.
Isn't that like the regular police's job?
They checked it out, but it just seems a little bit suspicious. So, I mean, you've been up towards investigations. It's not as kicking down here, apparently. in security.
Well, you know, this is the fun department. That's what they always say. They never say that. Yeah, I'll meet you in an hour.
Okay.
I've got some news, I guess.
What do you mean?
I'll talk about it in an hour.
Okay.
Do you want a slice of pizza for the road?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I steal one of those pizzas? My team's gonna kill me if I don't get one.
Yeah, I ordered like 10 for 10 people, so honestly, you can take a whole box.
Cool. Diego will be happy. Yeah, Casey's gonna take a box. I'll see you later, Officer Torres.
Sounds good.
Hey, boss, where's she going with our food? Security only.
It's fine, Rufus.
I'll text you my address.
Sounds good.
Casey will head down to Cosmo.
Hey everyone, Johnny and Lauren here.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us for episode 18, but let's slow it down for a moment. Just wanted to share a few quick announcements, just have a word with you guys before we get back into the show. First and first mostly, I want to say thank you, as always, to all of our listeners for helping to spread the word about our show. Please continue to do that, whether it's leaving us a rating or review on Apple Podcast and Spotify, engaging with us on social media, recommending a show to a friend. It all helps our show get seen and heard.
A couple other ways that you guys can support the show. We just wanted to give you a few reminders that we do have a merch store available for you guys to get some fun swag for the show, whether it is a comfy sweatshirt or some pins. I know, Johnny, you got some. Head on over to our store. We have a link to our link tree in the bio if you guys want to go check that out. I also want to point out that we do have an account on Ko-Fi. Coffee, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, one or the other. But if you guys would like to buy us a coffee, you can head there. We also have a link to our link tree that goes there. Any funds that you guys would want to donate to us would go towards the show and helping us get new bonus content, equipment, and other sort of, quality of life updates that we could do for the show and bring to you guys. I also want to again remind people, if you haven't, we do have a Discord server that we would love for you guys to join. We have a really great time. Every time there's a new episode coming out, it's always the best day of the week for us because we get to talk with our fans about the show and hear their theories, talk about, the craziness that's going on. So we really appreciate all the people that have joined us so far. And if you want to join with us, you can click the link in the episode description to join.
If you're not on Discord, we are also on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Monster Playbook on Twitter and Monsters Playbook on Instagram and Facebook. Or you can send us an email at monstersplaybook@gmail.com.
And now we want to share for this week the promo we have for Dungeons & Pop. Dungeons & Pop is a tabletop variety show with a rotating set of one-shots and campaigns using a variety of systems like Monster of the Week and D&D 5e. Let's roll the tape.
In a land with many podcasts, there's one that strives to be the very best and play with everyone. Dungeons & Pop is a tabletop variety show. We have a number of special guests, and you know what? You could be one of them too.
Yeah, I got plenty more where that came from. What are you doing here? Back the soap. Yeah, I'll give you more I'll get more soap. I will get more soap. What are you doing here?
I think Tyler's going to come over to Miss Curtis and say, Tyler Brand, British intelligence. American born and bred, British intelligence.
Wait, what?
It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
If there is something in here that licks people to death with their fuzzy ass fucking tongue, I mean, what better thing to have try to go against it than a fucking robot? I mean, let's be honest.
One time I let someone to death and you never let it go.
I just lift her up, put her on my shoulder, and go, we're going back to the others.
No, Craig, here's what we're going to do. And I pat him on the head. Today, we are going to kill a man. Just join our social club on Discord. We can be found at dungeonsandpop.onpodium.com and on your favorite podcast app of choice.
You can find out more about Dungeons and Pop on Twitter at DungeonsPop or on their website, dungeonsandpop.onpodium.com. And be sure to check them out wherever you listen to podcasts. And with that, let's get back to the show.
Question, what time of like day is it? Is it this like by this point, is it like afternoon time? Like if we're having pizza and drinks?
Well, that party started at about 10 in the morning.
Jeez, okay.
The first thing Tiff did was go to that meeting. The second thing she did was order a bunch of pizza.
I was like, I can fix this immediately. This is an easy problem to solve.
So now it's maybe 12:30.
Okay, because I was wondering, Anna was supposed to go in for her first day of work.
Okay.
And there was this whole, other thing going on now too. So she's like, fuck, okay. So I think I would like her to like stop into the shop.
Because I want Kira to reach out to Omar to get in contact with Dad. So I think she would head to the bodega to talk to the family. But maybe on the way there, she could drop Anna off, and then she could come pick her up after she's done talking to Dad.
Who is it? That was what that dice roll was for, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it was. It's Ramsey again.
Okay. Anna walks in. Well, good morning, boss.
She's like up on a ladder hanging a different, like really lush patterned muumuu on a hanger, or more like a caftan.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she kind of like slumps her shoulders and she's like, did we ever talk about a start time for you?
No, I was gonna ask, but then I was like, I don't know your number.
Yeah, that's probably my fault. She starts coming down the ladder. I haven't had an employee since the 80s.
Well, I've never had an employer, so same boat. What should my hours be? Like standard fare?
Roll manipulate someone.
Hell yeah. I'm so glad I took that move. 14? Yeah, 14.
Okay. Well, I think she'll say, well, I mean, I'm open 8 to 10.
Oh, so like it could be like a later afternoon type thing. Doesn't have to be early morning. Definitely not. More of a night owl myself.
I think that makes sense. You think in closing shift?
Sure. Yeah, that works. Like 2 to 10, or like maybe a couple hours before, have a little lunch break, and then like 6 to 10. I don't know.
You trying to make a friend, Anna Ashwood?
Why not?
Because it's working.
Well, happy to pitch in.
So I think she's going to get you started in the back, and the first thing that she's going to be having you do is, this is so ridiculous, I'm making shit up. She has like a box of like bricks that have runes on either side. And they basically have energy and entropy in opposite sides of them. She needs you to separate them.
Great. Okay.
And like by extension, concepts of energy and entropy, and actual energy and actual entropy. And they're in one, and they're like, circulating back and forth like a magnet.
Mm-hmm.
But she needs you to spend the time and use the like, she probably has some tools, but it is going to take some of you to like physically and spiritually separate them.
Okay. Yeah, Anna will get started on that until Kira comes to pick her up, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you first roll use magic to see how good you are at this?
Okay.
Please miss.
Don't. Okay, that's a 10.
Okay. So in the TV show version of this, I'm seeing it just like she uses this machine and does some stuff. Anna holds it up and then like pops them apart just with her hands and then goes, cut to Kira.
Kira would go to the bodega and would look out for Omar. Is Tommy with her?
That's a question for you. Where else would he go?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Walk up to the counter. Hey, Omar?
I think he's like on his smartphone. I'm imagining him for some reason wearing a bomber jacket. And he's just like, who's asking?
Kira Ashwood. I was hoping to talk to Dad. Something that I have some questions about, and I know that she has some information that could be helpful. Plus, there's some other things that maybe I should check in about, too, that Uncle had said he would look into.
You got business with Mom, too?
Actually.
Gonna do the whole round? Roll manipulate someone.
7.
Okay. Well, thing is, Dad's not here.
Where is she?
I just manned the door, man.
Do you know how I can get in contact with her?
Come back tonight?
Kind of need to talk to her now-ish.
I mean, Mom might be down there, but he's not going to like getting interrupted. Then there's always the other two.
Sure. Yeah, maybe I can talk to Kid.
Not. Okay. Yeah.
Kira wants to talk to Kid.
Careful around him.
Why?
He's going to be walking you down to the restroom with his keys. Well, I mean, you know what he does.
What he does. It's pretty powerful.
He puts the key into the door, which like rips open like the reality around the lock is tearing away from it. Clicks it and opens it, and there's this stairwell down that's just like lit up from the walls and the stairs themselves. Me, I'm scared of him. And he gestures for you to go down the stairs. But if you're not, then be my guest.
Yeah. Kira's just like, yeah. I knew a lot of kids like him. And then she'll go down the stairs.
Okay.
Where does she find Kid?
I think first she finds Mom sitting in one of the like screen pods. I think with headphones on. Roll act under pressure.
13 advanced move.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak past. I think Kid is in the sort of library area, the one labeled Learn. And he's stacked a bunch of books up in the
like a
the
fort?
shape.
Or what?
No, more like a large dog or a small horse.
Okay.
And he goes, awesome, you're here. Check this out. It's fucked up. And he sort of like walks from one end of the room to the other between you and the horse. And oh my God, why am I even doing this? This isn't connected to anything. He walks past, and as he walks past, like where there had been just a stack of books, it's now like a real horse. But it's very clearly and audibly dying.
Ooh. Whoa.
And he's like,
what are you doing?
Hang on. This is the thing. This is what's fucked up. But watch this. And then he like runs across, and just the same thing. But instead of being a real horse, now it's a robot horse. And now it like stands up and like shakes its head and seems to be fine. And he like points at it with both hands like he just did a magic trick. Messed up, right?
Yeah, that's one word for it. Got some pretty crazy powers there,
I
kid.
don't know why I can make the fake one stand, but the real one can't. Seems like the real one would be better at standing.
Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, so I've got something I was hoping I could get your help with. I think she points to the mechanical horse and says, I figured you probably have a good chance of doing it if you can do something like this without batting an eye. I need to get in contact with Dad. Do you know how I can talk with her?
She should be here tonight. She's doing something.
Do you know where I can find her?
No, they never tell me anything. Makes it funnier when I figure it out myself.
Could you figure out where she went?
Roll manipulate someone.
13.
All right. All right. Well, he says, I already know. Do you want to go there right now?
Yeah, if you can take us.
He'll hold out both his hands to you.
And Tommy, too.
Okay. When he, touches hands with Tommy, he's like, okay. You're, not just a guy, are you? I think Tommy just looks at you like, what is this kid? Who's
what is
holding
his
my
deal?
hand?
And I think, Kira kind of looks at Tommy and is like, I'll explain later.
Okay. And he looks back and forth between the two of you. And he's like, this is going to be really cold. And then suddenly your vision goes completely white. It is freezing cold. Mm-hmm. And you have essentially no sensations at all for 2 or 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first sensation you feel is the rushing wind going past you. And you are on the roof of some kind of building. By the looks of things, you're maybe 3 or 4 stories up. Maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
You can see you're basically parallel with some of the top floors of the library downtown. You're looking around and you can see Dad with a huge sniper rifle pointed across the street from you guys. And she just goes, ugh, not now, kid.
I think Kira kind of crouches down a little bit and looks at Kid and just thanks. Hey, maybe next time you can I'll be your player too, and you can play that Mario game.
Well, he's not gonna leave.
He's just gonna stay. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, cool. Okay, then I guess Kira would just after that, then she would say, Dad.
This better be good. I'm working.
I could really use your help.
Get in line.
Kira goes over to where Dad is on the roof. I want to see what's she shooting at.
Roll investigate a mystery.
Nope, it's a 6.
I want so badly to be you are pretty sure that you're in America.
Yeah.
But you can see what you can see,
mm-hmm.
which is that you are at the corner of Hennepin and Washington. You can see that Whole Foods that's there on the corner.
Oh shit! Okay, so the Whole Foods is by Hennepin and Washington.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that's.
That's the one. That's what's there.
Okay. Cool. Casey's going right towards her. Cool. I don't know that. Yep.
You have no idea why she's pointing a gun at it.
But I know that it's Hennepin and Washington.
You know that it's
Okay.
And you know that she seems to be aiming at the Whole Foods, or at least across the street towards the Whole Foods.
What are we looking at here?
Work.
Yeah, Hennepin and Washington. Curious Crossroad. Anna, my
Is this what you need help with, Kira?
Yeah.
Can you at least duck?
Ducks. What happens?
Now you're down. You're kind of below. She's
Oh, yeah, I assumed I was ducked the whole time, but okay.
Okay, yeah. She's just being an asshole.
She's just being an asshole like she is.
She's prickly.
Yeah. And I think Kira kind of sighs and is I think it's the drum is closing in.
Closing in on whom?
All of us. My friends. Me. Anna. You remember Anna? From that thing? That whatever that mind thing was?
Yeah, I remember Anna.
She had a vision of me, of us being pursued by somebody that we know is with the drum, capturing us with sort of bolo electrifying thing.
Then I guess you're gonna get captured.
Not unless we do something about it. Why would we get captured?
This is the first time that she looks away from the gun, and she's like, because of what you are, Ashwood. Because of what you do. This is what they do. If they're really after you, they don't miss.
Well, unless we stop them.
Okay. She goes back to her gun.
Look, I know you know more about them, and I'm sure you don't want to talk about it. But I need to know what's going on, because it's not just me, it's my friends. And if you care at all, you'll tell me what you know.
Roll manipulate someone.
No lie, 15.
Holy
Advanced move.
fuck.
I think when you say, it's my friends, she might cut you off and go, and they were my family. Strongest people I'd ever even heard of, and they cut them down like it was nothing. If you had a vision that they catch you, then be grateful that it ended there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what they did to you and what they did to them. But this, and she points to Dad, we could really use that to fight against them. You want to see them dead as much as I do.
She looks back into her gun and goes, I'm already fighting them. I don't know when, I don't know why, but they'll be here.
That's what we saw in the vision. They're chasing us down that fucking crossroad.
You saw a location.
We saw the ING lion. We know who's coming for us. Her name, well, she goes by the author.
Who did you tell? Where did you talk about it?
I told Casey and Mark and Theo. Message them.
She's like doing full on air calculations in her head. And she's like, but that would, when did you have this vision your sister had? When?
Last night.
I think someone else is watching the Future Channel.
What? Are you trying to suggest that somebody's trying to bring us there? It's not a real vision or what?
I think you hear Kid behind Tommy go, I knew this would be good. Mark, what the hell are you doing? Heading to Casey's?
Yeah.
All right. I want to make that happen so bad. Casey.
Yeah.
You get down to Cosmo, and everybody has a gas mask except for Diego, who has it's like a hazmat suit without the suit, where it's just like a plastic helmet with a glass front and a pipe that goes out into a battery pack.
That's not very inconspicuous, is it, Diego? Casey hands him the pizza box.
What? Yeah, the pizza? He flips up the top, flips it open. What kind of pizza do you think you got, Casey?
You know what? I think I would just get a cheese. Casey will unlock the car and get in.
You said gas leak, and then he and the pizza box and the rest of the team get in the van.
Yeah, but we try to be as inconspicuous as we can, Diego. It's fine.
I think he just goes, no, we don't.
Regardless, we are supposed to be discreet, but cops didn't find anything, so we're just going to take a poke around, scan it, and then we're going to head back to my place for some freelance work.
Then Tiff, you're partying until it's time to go to Casey's? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I was going to meet.
Okay. Do you want to roll manipulate someone one more time to see how the second part of this party goes?
Absolutely. Please be a banger. Please be a banger. Oh. That's an 8. It's winding down.
I think what's actually happening is it's just becoming one of those work parties where, without meaning to, you just all start talking about work.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's still fun, but it's not, you're not getting to know each other the way you were at the beginning. And it's kind of draining and not as energizing, but it's I don't know. There's something about those kinds of parties and happy hours that always made me feel extremely old. That's what you're feeling right now.
It's just a bummer because you're like, God, we're just ruled by capitalism and we can't actually connect. And, Tiff feels comforted, though. I think she was extremely uncomfortable having any sort of converse. Like, she was very pointedly not saying anything about her personal life. And now that it's gone back to work, she feels relief. Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
Security. Actually, since that was a mixed success, valid question, is Tiff out at ears at this point?
I think so. I think that since she and Leth were dating for so long, like, Leth probably would have swung by to pick her up, that kind of thing. But I don't think anybody really knows what's going on in her life now. And I don't think it's like, yeah, it's just very much like, don't talk to Torres about any of her life.
Okay. So I do think with that mixed success, you are going to get a pointed question from Agent Rufus, who's going to be like, hey, so now that we're cool, what happened to your goth girlfriend?
Oh, wow.
She used to come around, then she quit. Is she like a homebody now, or?
You know what, Rufus? We aren't together anymore.
Oh, that sucks. Give me a call if you need a wingman or whatever.
Yeah, will do, Rufus. Thank you.
I don't know. I've never been to a gay bar. They seem cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Do they have different ones for guys and girls?
Okay.
That's something I've always wondered.
Oh my god.
Slake, how do you have sex?
So here's what I don't get. You go to a gay bar and there's all these gay guys, but I know there's gay women too. And I'm like, what's the math?
Rufus.
I did say he was douchey. So, Kira.
Yeah.
You hear a very familiar putt-putterut coming down the street.
Cosmo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kira's like, oh, fuck. And she looks at Cosmo. Well, it looks like some of us are already headed to the destination we're trying to avoid. Kira's gonna pull out her phone. Call Casey.
Casey, your phone rings as you pull up to the Whole Foods.
Hey, what's up? You're not supposed to be at my house for like another hour.
Yeah, nope. I'm a couple of blocks away on a rooftop with Dad, and I can see you pulling up to the Whole Foods on Hennepin and Washington, which we're supposed to be avoiding right now.
What do you mean avoiding?
It's from the vision. That's where the thing that I saw, the ING lion, it's like right in this area. What are you doing here?
My job. You sent me here to check out a gas leak.
Right. Ears. A gas leak? Is that normal?
I mean, is anything normal? What is it that you saw, she saw exactly?
It's a real you saw, she saw situation.
Essentially, we were being chased down like kind of an alleyway by some people, and they got these like bolo wires shot at us that electrified us and kind of restrained us, and then somebody walked into view, and it was the fucking author. It was all of us.
Well, is Mark and Theo here? And Anna?
No, but 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
If we're supposed to avoid this place, why are you here?
Well, I was trying to find Dad, and I didn't know where Dad was, and Kid helped me find Dad, and Dad is on the rooftop a couple of blocks over. It's a 5-6-story tall building, approximately.
Can I, look around? Do I see them?
Roll investigative history.
10.
Yeah, you can see him. Glint off a Dad's sniper rifle.
I think Casey does a little subtle salute to Dad. Well, if Dad has me covered, and my whole team's here with me, if I don't check this out, I'm probably going to get into big trouble at ears. And I don't need them looking down my back right now. You know that.
Yeah, I get that. There's also, the whole evil, insidious organization within the organization that's trying to kill us. Look.
Kira, roll plus sharp real quick.
11.
It occurs to you that if Casey has been sent here on a mission by ears, wasn't she sent here by the author?
Wait, who sent you here? Did it ever occur to you that maybe this is exactly where they wanted to put you? This could be a trap, Casey. We gotta be smart about this.
I think Casey, looks around at her team.
Who are, masking up.
Yeah.
Gia is, pushing Diego and trying to get him to just put on a normal fucking mask.
I think like Casey will like mute her phone, and to her team she'll say, "Hold on, this might be a setup." And then to Kira, "So what are you guys going to do?"
Well, I do still think we need to chat as a team about what we want to do next, but if you want to check this out, I'll cover you. I just think it's a trap, and we should probably figure out if it's a trap before we go in.
I'll leave if you promise to leave.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Kid goes, "Aw."
I'll be right behind you. Casey hangs up.
Real quick, all of you, Casey and the team, the moment you step out of Cosmo or even open the doors, it was just like a smell. It's like, you can kind of see how they would think it was a gas leak, but really what it smells like is like a sewer. Like sewer methane blend.
I don't want my team getting out of the car though. 2 week later.
Okay.
What? Don't do that.
What? Don't agree?
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, no. We're not going in, guys. This might be a setup for us. Just hang tight. And Casey's gonna like keep an eye on like the rooftop where Dad, Kid, Kira, and Tommy are. And she will leave as soon as she sees Kira and Tommy disappear.
I think before she leaves, Kira will talk to Dad really quickly. Look, can you tell us anything that we need to know about the drum? Anything that might help? We're gonna go meet up as a group and talk about this. You could come.
You have your work. I have mine. Listen, roll manipulate someone on the question.
13.
They're just like any army. They've got their foot soldiers and they've got their generals. But unlike most armies, these generals, they can do the things that they're supposed to be wiping out. Fire with fire, you know what I mean?
Oh, so they can like do the things that the monsters can do also. Okay. That's some fucking twisted logic. Okay, cool. Do they like, where did they get it from? Do they like take it from them?
They find them.
Okay. Or so they're just like recruiting people? Is that what you're saying?
You're telling me you never hated people like you?
Kira's quiet for a bit.
They have ways.
Yeah.
And if one of them has their sights on you, well, you can see why you're staying away from this intersection. She goes back to her gun.
Not now. But later. We need to have a separate conversation.
You're right. It won't be now.
Can I contact you later?
I should be at the bodega tonight.
Okay.
If you're still free and alive, we'll talk then.
Thanks. Kira will go back over to Kid. Well, I hope this was at least a little bit of excitement for you.
We're just gonna go back.
Yes.
Do we have to?
Yes.
What if we go back and he's a robot?
I'd prefer him to be a fully functional human.
I have to agree. Like,
but
oh, you guys are so boring.
Look, you know, we could do something else that doesn't involve you turning my boyfriend into other things.
We'll take you back to the bodega. Same thing happens. It's freezing cold. You can't see anything. The first sense that comes back is touch, and it is like warmth. And you're in the weird invisible family basement. And I think Tommy, shivering, turns to you and goes, "Can we never do that again?"
I'll try not to make it happen. All right, we got to go elsewhere, Kid. But thank you.
Rain check on the video game thing.
I just want to find out how you don't die.
Kira kind of like puts like or actually, I think she kind of like rustles his hair and she's like, "Me too."
And then I think he like goes over to the robot horse and like reaches up as if to pet it, but then just like takes one of the books from the pile, which is what you realize it is, and like sits down and starts reading it.
Okay. Oh, kid. All right, yeah, head to the car and make my way, head towards pick up Anna, and then go to Casey's.
Okay. Roll manipulate someone to get Anna out of work.
Oh, no.
I do want you guys to get to Casey's and be together for goddamn finally.
I know.
But you're going to have to ditch.
That's a 7.
Tell me what Anna is going to say to Ramsey to get out of work.
So, I think I'm gonna head out for the half.
Are you all set? Y'all done?
Just for the I'll be.
I got a bunch of stern for you to do.
I will be back to do more of that when I get back for the second shift. But
just all one shift.
No, we had discussed splitting it up. I could do some stuff now, and then I would come back later and do the second half till closing shift, right?
No, we said it was just gonna be the closing shift. And you're here now, and so I figured it's just like your shift.
Oh, I think there's a breakdown in communication.
Have jobs changed since the 80s?
I would wager yes. Look, maybe I can go, I need to get some lunch, but maybe I can go pick up some stuff for you. Like, do you need me to get anything, any materials? I could come back and bring some stuff, and then can pick up where I left off.
Could you bring me a cheese pizza with kimchi?
With kimchi. Okay. So that kind of fetch quest. Okay. Sure. I'm sure that can be arranged.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will see you later with pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna head to Casey's.
I actually do think that Mark shows up at Casey's house first.
Nobody's there.
Yeah, and goes and rings the doorbell a couple times.
Oh, no.
Then Cosmo comes rolling in.
So, thanks for showing up yesterday, Mark, as Casey's unlocking the front door.
Oh, that was my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry that she had her first day on the job and I kind of had to help her with that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Not a big deal.
Tiff, what do you drive?
Great question.
Would you drive your company car here? Or do you only have the company car? Because I have an idea.
Oh, what's your idea?
My idea is that you're driving your grandfather's Camaro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Kira, you were driving?
My legitimate car now that I finally have it, which is my fucking, like, mid-size SUV Hyundai Santa Fe.
And yeah, I do think, like, Casey, you have a little bit of a slow-mo 80s music video moment where this, like, I think it's like an 86 Camaro comes rocking up, and you're like, oh, hey. Then Captain Torres gets out.
That's not a company car.
No, it's not. It's my own car.
Huh.
She's not here on company business.
Yeah.
Colored me impressed.
Tommy also is like, nice. And he's like looking at the mufflers and looking under the undercarriage and like just really checking out your car.
Oh, hey, Tommy.
And then going like, oh my God, sorry.
It's fine. Go for
This
it.
is just, what is this, 80, 85, 86?
86. Yep.
Where'd you pick up a demon like this?
Been in the family, you know? I'm just carrying on the tradition.
Well, hell of a tradition.
It's pretty sweet.
Sorry, we got work to do. But
It's pretty, yeah, no, I think Kira's like, it's pretty sweet, and looks at her like, her car, and she's like, wow, it looks like a total mom car.
should I get a sexy car too? Would my boyfriend like it if I got a sexy car?
Torres.
Kira.
What's your first name?
Captain.
I mean, we can call you Torres if you want, but it seems kind of business-like.
Yeah, you can call me Tiff, I guess.
And then Anna, who is standing next to Kira, is probably like, sup?
Hi, have we met?
No. It's kind of a long story.
Okay, I'll go to shake your hand, Captain Torres.
She probably sees like confusion on your face and she's like,
do you shake my hand?
Yeah, she'll shake your hand.
Okay.
And she'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it. We're just like sisters, kind of.
Okay. I wasn't worried about it.
Cool.
Tommy's probably looking back and forth between Tiff and Kira and Anna and is like, this is so weird.
Tommy, how have you been? We didn't get to talk much last time. You look well.
Yeah. And you also look well.
Great. Cool. Should we head inside?
Glad everyone is well. Yeah, let's how about we stand inside instead of in the cold? So Casey will let everybody inside. Make sure you take your shoes off, please. I don't want snow, mud being tracked everywhere.
Yeah. I do think Kira would look around and realize that Theo's not there and would text her separately and be like, when are you leaving?
Oh, big sense.
I leave tonight.
Okay. Please don't leave without saying goodbye.
I won't.
Promise?
Yes, I promise. I think that Theo will then also like text Mark and tell him like, hey, I'm leaving tonight, but I want to see you before I leave.
Kira, can you, for reasons that please me, roll manipulate someone?
Yeah. 9.
Okay. Selena always used to bug you about, are you really going to do this? Stuff like that too.
What's the vibe of Casey's apartment?
The house.
Like what it looks like? Mechanically and figuratively, her haven. It's like her place. Like inside it's very like clean. There are pictures of like her family, definitely of like Kira, probably Mark too.
I think all of the pictures of her are of her family and friends with a single notable exception, which is a large prominent painting with something odd on it.
But yeah, no, it's pretty like clean. It's a nice kitchen. It's kind of like a shotgun style house, so it's very like narrow. It has a basement, main floor, 1-car garage. Upstairs, the door to the basement is padlocked. Like there's a key code.
Tiff feels very like, oh, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Aww.
She's like, this is really nice.
I wouldn't say that it's like it's not like I bought it and just moved in some like furniture. Like I think Casey has made this her home.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Mark's house.
Right.
What?
What's that supposed to mean?
It's lived in.
Yeah, it's very lived in. There's family photos.
I live in my house.
My house is lived in by me and a bird.
We have a family.
I don't know, since Johnny, since you pointed out the like painting, so there's a painting that's very weird. It's black with some like color like streaks. You remember those like black like things and like as a kid if you scrape it there's color underneath?
Yeah.
That's what the background reminds me of. And it's like this white kind of silhouette skeleton thing like waving and like its head is a bunch of circles like scribbled, and in the middle, like its chest, extremely faint, is a heart.
So yeah, it's a bunch of, normal looking people, parents, brother, sister, waving, posing, graduating, and then a weird friendly little monster.
Anyone want a beer? I know it's the afternoon, or water. I have water.
I'll
yes, please.
Take a beer.
Okay, so just start sitting. Drinks on the counter.
Why not? Kira will take one and get one to Tommy too.
Oh, he's definitely having one.
Yep. I figured he would.
Casey's for sure drinking water.
You're not joining the party?
I
don't know if I'd call it a party.
I had a party last night, and last night was good, but like today hurts. I'm okay with it, but I'm gonna take a day.
I see.
I think Anna steps forward to sort of speak to the rest of the group.
So I don't know if Casey's really filled you in much, Tiff, but the drum is maybe making some moves. I had a vision of them chasing us all down and electrifying us. So we thought it might be a good idea to meet and figure out some next steps, because I think they might be closing in on us.
When you say us,
I mean, I didn't see you there, so I guess you're kind of a free agent, but we would really appreciate your help.
I just figured since you showed interest before, I know I promised you that coffee later, but you said you wanted drinks, so here's just some of the information.
Is this coffee? I actually have, I'm trying to decide, can I do any kind of roll to, like, suss out Anna? Because, like, I trust the rest of the group based on prior stuff, and I know Tommy, but I don't know Anna.
What do you mean, suss out?
I want to know if I trust her. I want to do a vibe check.
This is not a vibe check you can roll for. You have to decide for yourself if you can trust her. What I would allow you to do is use your question to see if the queen thinks you should trust her.
Okay, I would love to do that.
Tell me what the question is. Ask the question as though you're asking it to her.
Do you think it's safe to tell them?
Tell them what?
About the drum. Offering me a job. Can I trust them?
I'd rather trust these than trust the drum.
That's what I thought.
And maybe they will let us cut loose as well.
Okay, you need to rein it in. I killed plenty of people last week. The author offered me a job this morning.
What kind of job?
She's trying to recruit you.
Yeah, she didn't really talk specifics. She called me into her office and seemed to like that I don't necessarily follow all of Ears' protocols to a T. That's up for debate. But yeah, she asked if she said she wanted somebody like me on their side. I didn't agree, obviously. I told her I would think about it. But I mean, my thinking is it could be a way to see what they're doing, see what they're up to.
I agree.
Isn't that dangerous, though?
Well, yeah.
The drum does have a history of recruiting people who have abilities of the monsters that they're trying to kill. You might be their target audience.
Do you think she knows?
I don't know. She knows that I can do the things that I do. It's not unreasonable to think that she might know the same thing for you. Depends on how discreet you've been. They also might be watching you, monitoring you.
Have I been discreet? That's a good question. OOC.
I think you have been discreet about the powers. Like, I think the things that you can do, you've made sure to do out of the view of your team or your superiors.
Okay.
Any extra dimensional things, I think that doesn't mean that you haven't used them. You definitely have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have used your powers, probably all of them. That doesn't mean that you haven't been seen. But the other thing that is true is that there is that other thing, the terror Tiff in you, that has been seen. Like, just because you're not supernatural doesn't mean you're not kind of a monster. And I think especially because the job that you're in and the jobs that you're being asked to do, I think with and because of her influence, and perhaps even without it, you're really going for the gusto. You're damn good at what you do.
So she might suspect, like, with the queen's influence, you mean?
I mean, is it the queen's influence?
Who knows these days?
Before anyone says anything else, let me just quickly do a check, if you don't mind.
Due diligence probably is a good idea.
Casey's gonna take out her scanner and scan Torres.
Can I ask what this is? Are you just gonna... Oh, okay.
I'm just checking to see if you're bugged or not.
It's not odd. This is a universal scanner. It's something that they have in investigations.
Okay. With the little symbols. Ooh, what symbols show up for me?
So you want to scan Tiff? Well, first of all, Torres, are you letting this happen?
I don't think I would stop you. I just want to know what you're doing.
I'm just scanning to make sure if you have any bugs. If it makes you feel any better, I had scanned my brother's place and he did. So even like the best of us can get planted with one.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. Scan Torres thoroughly.
Okay.
Whoa. Easy there. Buy me dinner first.
I thought you would drink at least.
So I think you're getting pretty good at reading this thing. So you can see like I think one of the symbols is like all of these, first of all, they all just like fill up and stay at 100% and then go down, and then a new symbol comes up and it's 100%, and then a second thing is going to happen. So the symbols are, it's like a silhouette of a little kid, maybe like a teenage girl with like fire in her hands. The whole symbol is purple, goes up to 100%, stays there for a bit, goes back down. The second one is like I think it's like that thing where, you know, in like the e-paper on a Kindle flashes black and then white.
Yeah.
It switches to white, and then it's like a black skull with antlers. Goes up to 100%, goes back down. Then I think it's like a pair of handguns in white on black, goes up to 100%, goes back down. And then it's an ears badge, but with like a marching band drum emoticon in the middle of it. And because you've been using this enough, I think you're getting the hang of it. You can tell that when that shows up and starts like blinking, the meter is filling up and emptying, filling up and emptying. And the sense you get is not that like it's pulsing, but it's pointing. And you realize you're pointing this at her, and on the other side of her is your front door. It's like pointing beyond her.
If I move around her, is it still pointing at my door?
If you're still pointing it at your front door.
Yeah, okay.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna pull out my phone and check my security cameras.
Okay.
And I'm also going to, I think, also arm my security as well.
Okay.
I've had enough of this bullshit. What do I see outside?
So you see Mark's motorcycle. You see Tiff's Camaro. You see Kira's mid-size SUV. You see Cosmo. And then, like, you see just the reflections, like just sort of floating bands of light, as though there's, I don't know, maybe a car the same, that doesn't make sense, color and texture as the trees across the street from you.
So, like, camouflaged, kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, I hate you so much.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Could be like a camouflage something.
Well, it looks like our meeting might be cut short here. Somebody is outside.
Oh, great. Do they know that she's here?
Who do you mean by she? Torres?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I mean, I don't know how long they've been outside, but I can only assume that they saw us all standing out there and then came into my house.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, can you see what we're dealing with? With
You want
maybe
me
like
to-
your telepathy or
I mean, I
something?
can't. I mean, I can phase through a wall and maybe hide and see them, but like
Well, can't you could you reach out like with your mind and see like if
You could roll tune in.
yeah. See like if you can figure out how many of them there are and
I could try that.
if they know she's here.
When I'm pointing like the scanner like at the door, does it become just it flashes between ears and the drum because they're in both? Because I'm assuming it doesn't pointing at the door towards whatever. It doesn't just keep the drum symbol.
It's like it's the shield,
Yeah,
but
and
instead
then-
of the ears seal inside, it's a drum.
I rolled a 10.
You got 3 questions.
I'm wondering if we ask what they're planning right now, and that would determine who they're after. I guess what are they planning to do right now?
They're here to keep tabs on Captain Torres.
God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I really I didn't.
Nobody should be being followed.
I didn't see that I was being followed.
Okay, we can still salvage this, maybe. I just had an idea.
Oh boy.
You were supposed to get coffee. I mean, maybe you just play it up.
Well, yeah, that's true. We work together. It's not... I'm allowed to have friends, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Tons of friends. It's not unusual for me to be hanging out with somebody.
I have lots of friends. All I have is friends. I have a really good day of having friends.
Go places after work. I don't just go straight home every day.
It's just like, oh, who's it? It's like, oh, where's Tiff? She's probably with her friends. That's what everybody says. Mark, question 2.
Yeah, how do we make sure that she doesn't look suspicious? Is that not a thing that you can tell me?
No, it is, but not like, I am not going to give you a plan.
Right.
This person is watching the inside of this house to see what you're doing in there. Right now, he thinks like his worst case scenario and what he would probably have to report to his boss is that she's in there spilling the beans about the drum.
Mm-hmm.
Give him another story.
Does he know all of us are in here? How many people does he think are in here?
I mean, our cars are outside, so I'm assuming
he sees everyone's here.
Yeah.
And you were all standing outside talking for a little while.
Yeah, we have to give him a better story, so we have to come up with something.
Guys. What if?
Uh-oh, Mark Clayton has a plan.
God. What's up, Mark?
Tiff came over to see her boyfriend.
What?
Mark Clayton.
Just a few problems with that plan. Like where your head's at, buddy. Just a few key fundamental problems. Just a few fundamental problems. I mean, Casey and I could, pull that classic shtick, or we could just pretend to fight,
Oh.
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's a little like me, Mark.
She's not into dudes.
I mean,
Sorry. I'm sure.
I understand the problem now.
Hey, it was a great idea.
Johnny is like broken.
Maybe you could play it up. Maybe like you give her a hug and then you walk out the door and leave.
If we want them to not be suspicious that she's telling us about the drum, her calling me out would make more sense than I feel like would be more convincing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's probably the better route to take.
I mean, what do you think, Torres?
Yeah. No, totally. Both good plans, but
both have their merits. Yep.
Yeah, both have their, pros and cons to both.
Is there one that you would rather do more than the other, or think is a better idea?
I
mean, you're the one that they're targeting. I want to make sure that you're okay.
This is why I wanted you guys to get together as soon as possible.
So I could just throw it against the wall.
Casey?
Yeah?
Do you have any kind of a speaker system in your living room?
Yeah.
Because I want a bunch of loud music to start playing. Because Tommy's like, we're having a party. That's all. We're friends. And he points at Tiff and he's like, we're friends. Just a bunch of friends having a party.
Yeah. Except I had...
If I recall, you went to parties all the time.
Oh, ouch. Oh, no, Tommy, that's no the new me. It wouldn't be that weird if I went to a party. That wouldn't be... I'm allowed to go to parties.
Tommy, how do I look like I'm having fun at a party? I've never been to a party.
That's what I'm asking. What I'm saying is that Tommy Sparks has just turned on some music and been like,
we're having a party. That's why we're together.
We're just going to make it look like we're having a party.
Can I guide talk to like my basement door? I'm going to like...
Oh God, the team's here too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to unlock the basement door and I'm going to tell Talk like there's a whole security system, like computer based, like down there. Just keep an eye on what's going on outside. If the situation worsens, come get me. If they leave, let me know.
And I think she's at your back door and she's like, I'll go up on the roof, boss. She's just doing it. Like, unless you stop her.
No, I'm not, because that's literally exactly what I was gonna like have Gia like go outside, and then Diego probably stick with me.
I feel like Anna's kind of watching this whole situation, and I think she sees Tiff like maybe freaking out a little bit. And I think she goes over to Tiff and she's like, puts a hand on your shoulder and she's like, so you better be prepared to lie your ass off.
I haven't been out. I haven't been out much recently, and I you know.
Tiff, you get a text.
Oh no.
From who?
Agent Lawrence.
What does it say?
It says, this party is crazy with like 4 A's. And she goes, a bunch of us are thinking about going somewhere. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
No, not a bunch of us. Me and Whitewood are thinking of going somewhere else. What do you think?
Oh, would that be better? Sorry, some of my colleagues, you know what? This could work though, because I threw a party earlier at work, which is already out of character. So would it be so crazy if I was like, yeah, let's continue the party? It's like new year, new me, right? I mean, I'm turning over a new leaf. This is my resolution, okay? I'm getting out more. It's not weird.
Nope, not weird
Would
at
it
all.
be weird if I invited my coworkers? That would make it better, right? It's an ears party. Or would that just implicate them and...
I mean, I think if we do invite them, we gotta sell it that this is a fucking party.
Yeah, well, we can make it a fucking party, right? I mean...
Sure, let's order some kegs.
Kegs?
Okay, yeah, I want to go into your kitchen, Casey. Like, what do you have in here? Where do you keep the booze?
Anna, your phone dings.
Oh no, okay, I look at it. Who is it? I assume it's Ramsey.
How's lunch?
I said I'd come back after like 4 for the night shift. 4 to 10. Finish up. I'll bring you pizza soon. Don't worry.
Roll act under pressure.
We really need to nail down these hours. Okay, that's a 10.
Okay, you managed to send the whole text without drunk typos.
I'm not even. She's maybe had 1 beer. Shit. Okay. I think Anna's like, I need to get a pizza to somebody. I know that's like not a priority right now, but like.
And Diego's like, oh, we had a whole pizza. I mean, we ate the whole thing, but we like had one.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem. I'm Diego.
Anna.
Ooh, warm hands. Cold heart.
I'm gonna slap Diego backside of the head, Gibbs style.
Anna's just like, that's weird. Okay.
Hey.
I think Anna would go over to who has like Kira would have a smartphone. She'd probably just go to Kira. She'd be like, can I borrow your phone? And Kira would be like, why? I need to order a pizza for my job. Fine. And yeah, Anna's going to look online and see if she can find a pizza place that has the type of pizza that Ramsey wants.
Roll investigate a mystery.
5.
No.
Fuck.
In fact, because Anna's so new to smartphones, she can't even figure out where to buy kimchi to like just make it your damn self.
I think Anna looks to you. Casey, do you have like the ingredients for kimchi by any chance?
Do you just want kimchi?
Yes.
Yeah, I have kimchi.
You honestly probably do.
I open my pantry and like on the very bottom shelf is just a jar, like a huge like water bottle sized jar.
Yeah, there's like kimchi and then like some pickled vegetables and some lagan ma and like, yeah.
Great. And so can she just order a fucking pizza to be delivered here?
And then put kimchi on it.
And then she'll just add the kimchi on it, yeah.
Well, Anna, what is this for? You have a job?
I got a new job. It's at the Clockwork
Congrats.
Child. Thanks.
You're ordering this pizza for work?
Yes, it's a very high priority task, and I am on the case.
Tell you what, there's a lot going on over here.
Yeah.
There's a party that's apparently starting in my house.
I can order some extra pizzas if that maybe would help with the whole party charade.
You should order extra pizzas.
Nope. You know what? Why don't you guys go prepare, like go be a party, and I'll
Casey
just make you
and
your
Tiff.
pizzas.
Roll manipulate someone.
Okay. 9.
7.
Anna, you will mark experience if you order extra pizza.
I'm gonna order extra pizza.
I was
Atta
just
girl.
gonna make pizza.
I'm like rummaging through your kitchen, by the way, and I'm like pulling out all the liquor bottles, and I want to start getting glasses out and like filling some with drinks, and then others I just want to like swirl around a little as if they'd been used, and just like trying to set up evidence of like a party that had been running longer than this. Spilled some stuff on the counter.
Roll manipulate someone for that.
Okay. 10.
Cap.
And I want to text Lawrence back and be like, yeah, come on. We agreed that's a good idea, right? I feel like that would make it more like it was a New Year's party.
Did you agree that that was a good idea?
What do you think, Davis?
Tiff, roll manipulate someone one more time.
Ouch. That's going to be a 6.
So, Casey, if you don't let her do this, you'll mark experience.
I don't let her do it?
The mere idea that she has suggested that more people, specifically more people from ears, come to your house is insane to you. You can kind of hear what she's saying about like, it's an ears party, blah, blah, blah. But your instincts are saying, that's stupid. And if you shut this down, you will mark experience.
So I think what Casey's gonna do is like, she's gonna look pointedly at Kira. Don't let anyone break anything. And then like take Diego, like, oh, this is gonna look so fucking sketchy, but like I take Diego upstairs.
Uh-huh.
I am taking him upstairs to just like stake out the people that are like across the way, but just to also just get away from this.
Oh, okay. I can do. And you bring him to a window and he can look out the window.
I think like once Casey and Diego like make it upstairs, Diego's doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Casey's like pacing.
I think Diego might go, boss, you're doing that thing.
What thing?
That thing when you're actually worried. Is this, he's still looking out the window and not at you. Is this that?
What are you talking about? I'm not worried, like...
I mean, there's bad things and there's bad things, okay? Is this somebody in trouble or is this you in trouble?
I'm not worried about Torres, if like that's what you're saying. And I mean...
So why are you doing that thing?
Because I don't want to have a fucking party in my house with people that I barely know, trashing my place. And honestly, I just want to hit something. I mean, honestly, Diego, I'm fucking tired.
Are you nervous because you're having a party? Maybe you should be on surveillance. I can do the party. Hey. And like he was like walking up and putting both of his hands on your shoulders. It's like, listen, I used to be like you too. Very nervous. Didn't like to party. I turned 14 and I had a very fun party. And now I think this is what you have to understand about a party. You have to believe it. We're trying to trick them. I think you can trick you too. You have friends down there. That's not a co-worker party. These are people who you've fought with. People you've bled with. You're living your life with these people.
I think as you're saying that, Mark finds his way into the music and finds Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Oh. And I think Diego's gonna like pat you on the shoulder a couple of times and be like, go down there. White people love this song.
You know, Diego, it sounds like you really want to
in 7 minutes, this house will be full of na-na-nas. But here's why. This is your house. And I'm your team. You need to show them this is your party. Not just them. Pointing out the door to the people who are surveilling. You need to show them.
Go downstairs, Diego.
Roll manipulate someone. And I'm furious you haven't given me any points to use against you.
Sounds like a you prob.
Oh no! What'd you roll?
Does it? Oh. Whose problem does it sound like? Casey, I have a hilarious question. So putting all this aside for a moment, just like take this whole situation, wrap it up in a little ball and put it in your pocket. Forget about it. Doesn't exist. And now we're over here, somewhere else, just you and me, having a conversation. asking a very important question. What did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Exquisite.
From downstairs, you hear me yell, Davis, get your ass down here. We're doing shots.
And Diego is going to physically spin you around and push you down the stairs.
I'm going to hurt him later.
Does she trip and fall?
No, she's extremely sharp and athletic. She does okay. But he does shut and bar the door behind you. And you can't get in. He'll keep an eye. Casey comes downstairs, everybody.
I hand you a shot.
I think Mark is just like sipping on it.
Kira will take a shot.
Cheers.
Yep, cheers. Anna does not take a shot. She's like, I fully have to go back to work later.
You said you wanted a girls' night, and this is kind of a girls' night. You're drinking. Casey hands her her shot.
It's
We'll
my
manipulate someone,
first
Casey.
day. I'm already playing it. I'm already playing.
Anna, you're gonna skip your first party.
I'm already playing fast and loose with this pizza.
Anna, if you take the shot, you'll mark experience.
You promised me, Anna,
What did I promise you?
that you would have a girls' night with me, and that's what this
It's the
kind of is.
afternoon. It's not yet. If I get fucking fired from this, I'm blaming you. She'll take a shot.
If you get fired, I will talk to your boss.
Tommy takes a shot. What are you taking shots of?
I think I poured an assortment, a miscellaneous assortment from whatever liquor bottles Casey had. So there's like one of
And
rum,
I think
one
Casey had a lot of liquor bottles.
tequila, I got some Malibu.
I do want to pointedly say, and you can make me roll for it, but like Casey gives Anna her shot, and Casey does not take one.
I won't stand for that.
Oh, that's going to be act under pressure.
Okay, I'm gonna add 3 to that.
You sure are.
12.
So you are wanting for the shot that Anna to take. The shot that Anna takes is the one that had been intended for Casey.
Yes.
Okay.
Davis, you gotta sell this thing.
I think Tommy takes one of the shots of bourbon, pours it into a glass, and starts adding Coke to it. And he's like, oh, I think she's selling it.
Don't drink all my bourbon. I was like, Casey's gonna say to like Tiff, like I imagine like Casey's like leaning on her like island. Not really a big like get together party person. More like 1 or 2 other people.
Yeah, I'm starting to pick up on that. Look, this was not the original plan, clearly.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry that we're invading your space. I just think if we're gonna sell it, we need to throw a fucking party. I mean, they're not stupid.
So what are you suggesting I do?
This! Hang out, make some noise, you know? Like, they're gonna notice if they look through the window and they see, 5, 6 adults just kind of standing here looking at each other with the music blaring? Like, that's not... I'm saying if we're throwing a party, let's throw a party.
Quick question, because I don't know that we ever quite resolved it. Where did we land on inviting Lawrence and Whitewood?
We didn't.
Have you not responded to them?
I haven't responded because Casey rolled but then didn't decide on...
Because then you're going to get another text.
Okay.
It's going to be like, Cap, we miss you. We love the new you.
Oh my God. It worked. They like me. Davis, I just think if we've got a couple more people here, it's going to sell this thing. Plus, okay, and this isn't why, but like I made a lot of progress with my team today, and I think that they would like me more if they came over.
Whitewood says muddy waters, but I don't think that's your speed, ?
Oh, Muddy's is great.
Who is it that you're inviting?
Can I invite them? It's just a few of my team members. They're directly under me. They won't pull any shit. If I tell them to stop doing anything, they'll listen. They're kind of terrified of me. Not to brag.
Not to brag.
Not to brag or anything.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna brag to anybody, it would be to Casey.
Everybody hates me, so kind of a big deal.
They call me Darkside Davis, so yeah, fine, whatever.
Thank you. Will you take a shot with me? Come on.
Roll manipulate someone.
Correct.
It's a 7.
You'll mark experience if you do it.
Only taking 1 shot.
I text Lawrence back and I give him the address and I'm like, yeah, come on over at a party with my friends.
Yeah, she'll respond with like 5 exclamation points. And then I think it like is the ... for a long time. And then there's a knock at the door. Well, no. Not a knock at the door, because Casey, what kind of communication are you having with your team? Do you have like a in the ear thing, or are they just supposed to text you?
Whichever would be more inconspicuous. So I assume like a text message.
Okay.
If we're trying to have a party.
Well, to be clear, she is on the roof. I think you'll hear from Diego, who says, "Boss, we got movement. Some kind of street cop."
I think Casey like responds to Diego like, if I get a noise complaint, you're going to be in trouble. Where at?
Right now, coming up the drive.
Casey will wait like inside the door. Like, you know, when you know that like your pizza's almost here. And so you just wait inside.
Yep.
Do you tell us that this is happening?
I don't want to ruin your party.
All right. Yeah. You'll get a forceful knock at the door. That's like louder than your doorbell would have been.
Casey will open it.
Okay.
And I think try to put on the sweetest face.
No, it's just, you know, the hat, the uniform. You having some kind of party?
Glance back at what's going on in her living room. Yeah.
Way to sell that.
It's just, it's kind of the first time we've gotten a noise at this address. This whole neighborhood, it's kind of known for being quiet is the thing.
Yep, just having some friends from out of town in and wanted to show them a good time without spending a lot of money, you know?
Tiff, Casey, Kira, roll read about situation. Casey, subtract 3.
That's a 13 advance move.
Fuck.
Same.
That's a 9.
Casey, this dude does look kind of familiar, and you're trying to figure out if maybe he was one of those cops from the Stroud Manor, and so you're a little distracted. Tiff, Kira, you're less distracted. You know that you've seen this guy around the Ears building.
Uh-oh.
A very cheap-looking Buick pulls up. What is it you say, Casey?
We'll, if it's really that much of a noise disturbance, we'll turn down the music. Is that pizza that's pulling up?
It is. And it's a visibly stoned 25-year-old who's like, "No way, turn it up." Got the pizza in his arms like a fucking boombox.
Anna's gonna come up to the door, sling an arm around Casey and be like, "Fuck yeah, pizza!"
Wait a minute. He's gonna like pull the pizza to his arms and like hold it back like he's defending it. Is this some kind of fucking cop party?
They just wish they had an invite. Am I right?
You are not wrong. And he's gonna like to the cop and push the pizza towards you.
Thanks. And Anna will like hand him some cash.
All right. Don't arrest me, bro. All right.
And I think, yeah, Anna will look at the cop and be like, "Oh hey, what's your deal?"
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Sure you don't want to like... never mind.
What are we doing here?
Well, we were having a party, but I can see you're on duty, so never mind. She's trying to disarm him.
Roll manipulate someone.
Yeah. It's a 13.
I think Mark telepathically reaches out to Kira. Or Anna, sorry. Do you want to offer him a drink?
I think the police officer visibly blushes. Just try to keep it down, ma'am.
No problem.
Roger that.
And then I think as he's walking away, you guys all kind of go back to the quote-unquote party. People are still watching the car that's not quite there outside. Tiff, as though like you can kind of see the shadowy essence of the cop, you watch him leave. You watch him walk down the sidewalk. You watch him go until he thinks he's out of sight. You watch him cross the street, and you watch him go to the car that's invisible behind yours and climb inside. And then you watch him disappear. And then you hear the queen in your head go, "Was this one with her, do you think? This author?"
Yeah.
I've decided what I'd like you to do for me.
What's that?
This author, I want you to destroy her. This has been the Monsters Playbook, featuring
Sarah Baker as Tiff Torres.
John Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen as Casey Davis and Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen and edited by Miah Detjen and Lauren Johnson. If you liked this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Monsters Playbook, and on Twitter at Monster Playbook, and on Web 1.0 at monstersplaybook.com. And come hang out with us on Discord. We're fun. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening.
Also, rules of the game. This is a very PG game, so just we gotta be real careful for the audience.
You will be sent to horny jail.
Come join me. I live here.
What are you implying?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wait, you guys do swear though, right?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
swearing loud?
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's actually lying to you because
He's lying to
all
my
they
face.
do is
Got it.
swear and kill
Okay.
and get horny.
This is not the friend zone.
I was gonna say, based on what I have heard with my ears,